Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're tackling a really massive challenge, one that literally anyone working with data, analytics, or complex systems is gonna face at some point. It's called the curse of knowledge. We're going to uncover exactly how to build absolute, unshakable trust in your complex models. And we'll trace that entire journey, right from validating the raw math during an internal audit, all the way up to successfully pitching your vision to venture capitalists for millions of dollars. Honestly, it's all about engineering trust. So here is our roadmap for this life cycle. We'll start with the trust deficit, move into phase 1, validation, then phase 2, explanations, phase 3, visualizing, and finally phase 4, the perfect pitch. All right, let's jump right into part 1, the model trust deficit. Look, you could build the most mathematically flawed model in the universe, but it is completely useless if you can't earn human trust. If your stakeholders don't understand it, there's no way they're going to use it. It really is that simple. To fix this deficit, we have to completely move away from this heads-down, isolated, black box production mindset. Instead, we need a massive culture shift toward collaboration. Because without human trust, your brilliant algorithm, it's just lines of code gathering dust on a server. Which brings us to phase 1, rigorous validation. Well, before we can even hope to explain our model to an external investor or a client, we have to prove internally that it actually works. And to guarantee that, you need 3 lines of defense. Management as the first line, enterprise risk management as the second, and internal audit as the third. They absolutely must work together to mitigate what we call key person risk. You know, the danger that your model only works because one specific developer knows how to run it. Proper validation and documentation mean your model survives, even if that key person wins the lottery and quits tomorrow. Now, you might be wondering about the types of validation. There's a stark difference here. Vendor validation is kind of like checking a car's engine, making sure the complex mathematical algorithms actually compute correctly. But client-specific validation, that's checking if your specific type of fuel works in that engine. It ensures your internal data uploads, contractual inputs, and customized assumptions are flowing into that math correctly. And both, absolutely mandatory for full trust. You've got to establish a 4-step framework for this super early. Think about it like wiring a house for high-speed internet while the walls are still open and being built. It's so much cheaper and easier. Waiting until the model is already in production to validate governance, inputs, assumptions, and methodology is like painfully tearing open the drywall to retrofit the wiring later. Just don't do it. Okay, moving right along to phase 2, plain English explanations. So the math is fully validated. Great. Now we step out of the developer sandbox and into the boardroom to translate these machine learning outputs for actual human beings. To do this, you absolutely must know your audience. Do they need a global explanation or a local one? A global explanation helps executives understand how the whole model works and the big trends it captures. But a local explanation, that's highly specific. It answers why the model made a single individual decision, like why a specific person was denied a loan. Give the wrong explanation to the wrong person, and poof, you use their trust instantly. Imagine a customer asks why a decision was made. You're going to get some seriously blank stares, or maybe even anger, if you start rambling about cost functions or hyperparameters. You have to extract the relatable business reasons. Telling someone you have a lot of existing debt makes perfect sense. Saying your income has a positive parameter just makes it sound like you're hiding behind the math. You can totally translate intimidating technical concepts into plain English analogies. Actually, scratch that. You have to do this. Instead of trying to explain the complex decision trees of a random forest algorithm, just tell stakeholders it's like a group of experts voting on a decision. Suddenly, that scary black box feels human, and real trust starts to form. Next up, phase 3, visualizing the data. Now that we have the right words, we need the right visuals to communicate our insights instantly without any cognitive noise. Listen, charts do not speak for themselves. You must be ruthless here. Drop the 3D effects, ditch the heavy gradients, remove those distracting grid lines, and most importantly, use insight-driven headlines. Don't just title something Revenue 2024. Call it Revenue grew by 15% due to new product launch. Tell your viewer exactly what the data means before they even process the chart. Take a clean bar chart comparing 2 categories. For example, by using a single accent color, you can immediately highlight the key insight, like showing that referral customers are converting twice as fast as paid traffic. No messy data labels cluttering up the view, just clean visual hierarchy guiding the eye exactly where it needs to go. Or consider a simple donut chart. In literally a split second, you can cleanly isolate proportions and show stakeholders the exact percentage of revenue coming from mid-tier users. It's incredibly easy to digest, which is a lifesaver when you're presenting to executives who are always short on time. Okay, so we've got the validated math, the plain English, and the beautiful visuals. Now we're taking it to the big leagues. As we shift from the boardroom to a high-stakes venture capital pitch, let me ask you a critical question. How much time do you realistically have to pitch your business model to an investor? The answer is staggeringly low. 4 minutes. That's it. You generally have under 4 minutes to hook an investor, which means your delivery has got to be incredibly punchy, totally persuasive, and completely free of any confusing technical baggage. Which brings us nicely to phase 4, the perfect pitch. This is where we sequence everything we've built into an undeniable story. Think of your pitch arc like a blockbuster movie. Minute 1, you establish the intro. Minute 2, you break the status quo by highlighting a massive problem. Then you reveal your product as the ultimate solution. You validate the market size, deliver the killer blow about why us, why your specific team is perfectly positioned to win, and finally, you deliver the ask. Now, during that market phase, knowing your exact target audience is vital for calculating your total addressable market, or TAM. If you don't know exactly who your customer is, your TAM is going to look astronomically, unbelievably high. And let me tell you, investors will spot that red flag from a mile away. You need precise, validated numbers. And when you finally reach the ask, you have to prove that the capital you're requesting isn't just buying you time to figure things out. No, it is specifically engineered to fund 18 to 24 months of operations to unlock your next massive growth metric. You are selling a solid bridge to the next level of success, fully backed by your validated model. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with a final thought to chew on. The next time you build an incredible machine learning model or pitch a startup, ask yourself, have you truly engineered trust at every single step of its life cycle? Or are you just expecting the world to blindly trust your math? Because remember, a brilliant model that nobody understands is a model that nobody uses. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.